Hello and welcome to Nintendo Pals Podcast bonus episode. We're going to be talking about the Mario Bros. Movie, giving a spoiler-free review and thoughts on the movie. We're talking that and just that. It's me, Andross, and I am joined by fellow Nintendo pal, Micah.
Yep.
Micah, I gotta ask, how the heck are you?
I'm doing pretty good, but our stream might not be. I'm not hearing it.
You're not hearing it?
Yeah, I realized I didn't have Twitch muted. Oh, I do have it muted. Oh, that's weird.
Okay, I was like panicking. Oh
so
man,
I had it muted on top on the tab and not in the actual video like I usually have it muted. So I was like, I don't know why I can't hear things.
So it's working.
So ignore that. Yeah.
Hey, anybody out there in the crowd, just let us know if it's not working. Well, I have a random question for you, Micah. If you could change one thing about your family, what would it be? Tread lightly. I know they listen to the podcast. Just kidding.
Yeah.
This is a safe space. We can talk about that because we know they don't listen. At least my family doesn't.
Well, I guess I would change where they lived, since we all live so far apart.
That's a good answer. That's a safe answer,
Yeah, boy,
in case they're listening.
In case this is the one episode they check in on.
Yeah. What would I change about my family? You came up with a really good answer.
I mean, the second, you could wish that they were all billionaires. So you could probably reach a little bit.
They could travel. Yeah. We could change one thing about my family. It would be that we were independently wealthy. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like my life would be very, very different. But if it just suddenly changed, like if I could be me right now and then suddenly, boom, my family's loaded enough to take care of all of us kids, heck yeah, that's what I'd change. But if I like a change an aspect of our family, I think on a more like going from the wildly silly side to the more serious side, I wish we had been more open in talking about mental health issues when I was younger. Because it wasn't, I think it's been adulthood for a lot of my siblings for figuring out stuff and getting help needed for stuff. I just wish we'd tackled that as a family sooner. And I don't fault anybody in the family for that. I think it's just, it's a tough area to navigate. I think it's just becoming more normalized, and that's great. That's a good thing. Anywho.
Yep.
Speaking of more normalized, good things. You know what we're doing here tonight, Micah? We're going to try to take over the world of Nintendo podcasts, and we do that through 5-star reviews. So, if you're out there listening and you have not yet left us a 5-star review, please do us a favor. Help us out by leaving us a 5-star review on your podcast listening app of choice. If you do, let us know. And if we look through those and we give you a shout out at the start of the episode. So, yeah. All right, let's jump into this. As a preamble, let's jump into this talking about the Mario movie. Okay, Micah, this is hot off the press for Micah. You just went and saw this movie.
Yep.
When did you get back from this? It's been like what, an hour and a half?
About an hour, a little over an hour.
So this is fresh for you.
Mostly.
I watched this on launch day at like 2 p.m. No, not that early. It was like 3:30 on Wednesday. So a couple days. I've had a couple days to let it sit. Micah, what are your thoughts?
I thought it was pretty good.
On brand, on brand. You thought it was pretty good.
Yep.
Like on a scale of other movies, like where does this sit for you?
Well, what's the top movie on this scale?
What's the top movie on your movie scale?
Oh, probably the original Doom.
So are we going based off like video game movies? Because if we're going based off
Yeah,
video game movies,
I'm just trying to think of the most like critically panned movie I can think of. Off
the
the top of my
original
head real
Mario,
fast.
the original
Oh
Mario
yeah,
Bros.
that true that.
Wildly, the original Mario Bros. Movie is the bottom of my video game movies list, and the new Mario Bros. Movie that we're talking about here is now the top of my video game movies list. This is the best video game adaptation so far, in my opinion.
Yeah, I can certainly get behind that. I think it does barely just beat out Doom though. I don't know what everyone's saying it being a terrible movie. It's awesome.
Yeah, it just doesn't really follow the plot of the games, but it's not true to the source material.
Technically,
Where
but not really.
the Mario Bros. Movie is very good at following the source material. So for those that maybe I should have prefaced this. This is a spoiler-free conversation about this. So we're gonna try not to spoil anything. Although this movie, I don't like. I'd say it's pretty paint by numbers. There's no plot twists or like, whoa, didn't see that coming kind of things that that we could spoil. I guess we just spoiled that there isn't a plot twist.
Or is that itself a
Or
plot twist?
are we just throwing everything? Yeah, are we just trying to confuse everybody? I think this movie is great. Not just good, great. Not just pretty good. Fantastic even. I
pretty
really
good. TM.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this movie. I found myself genuinely smiling throughout the film, laughing at a fair amount of stuff that maybe I shouldn't have laughed at, and really enjoying all the aspects of the film. Yeah. What were your like favorite parts? Like, if you spoiler free,
Well,
what were your favorite parts?
well, I do like things exploding when they seem like they shouldn't. I don't know if you know what part I'm talking about.
I don't think so. Can you give me more hints?
Uh, it it involves the Kongs. I don't want to get too spoilery.
Uh, Are you potentially talking about like a chase scene type thing?
Uh, sort of,
Okay,
but no one's
maybe.
actually chasing.
Hmm. Uh, yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
I got great enjoyment out of it, and I think I was just about the only one in the theater who did.
Okay, well then no wonder I don't know what you're talking about. You're the only person that even noticed. There are a lot of references to the games, obviously, and it's very tastefully done. It's not like in your face, like, oh, remember this? Oh, remember this thing from this game? It's just there. It's like part of the world, part of the lore. Um, there's a lot of Easter eggs and hints, not Easter eggs and hidden things that we're going to talk about more in our spoiler talk for for our upcoming episode this week. So, yeah, I'm pumped to talk about that. But talking about this movie, some of my favorite parts, I I really liked the performance by voice actors on this movie, as sort of expected. Jack Black knocked it out of the park. Did a fantastic job, and Charlie Day as Luigi also phenomenal. I feel like he captured Luigi perfectly. It was really well done. Uh,
Yep.
and what did you think of the voice acting overall, Micah?
Nah, I thought it was really good.
Were there any standouts as bad?
Nope.
I had one.
Oh, you had one.
Yep. And he's shown in the trailer, so this isn't really spoilers for a character, but Cranky Kong. I wasn't a fan of the voice work for Cranky Kong. He didn't
Mm.
seem old, and he also just his
He's
lines
young
were,
at heart.
yeah, his lines were just like, I don't know, it just didn't fit for me. Where I was like totally fine with Seth Rogen as DK, even though he's just like it's just Seth Rogen, you know.
And they had the good Seth Rogen laugh.
I can't even do it because I'm laughing.
Yeah, I really, I think it's awesome.
it was so prominent too when he first does it. Oh man, so good. He's got the goofiest laugh, man.
Very unique.
Chris Pratt, I thought he did a great job. Honestly, like I was very worried coming into this movie because all the voice. I was like, well, it's probably going to be fine, but it was more than fine. It was good. Not as standout as Charlie Day or Jack Black for me, but good. You know,
Yeah.
and there was a slight Italian accent to what they were giving, but it wasn't like comically so.
Yeah.
Except for a little bit at the beginning.
Yeah. That's exactly what I started thinking of when
Yeah,
he said not comically so.
yeah, but that was like as a bit, they were and they make a comment about it, and that is where we get a guest appearance from the voice actor for Mario in the games. That's Charles Martinet, who plays. I don't know. I don't want to spoil too much here, but he is in the beginning like a guy that is dressed exactly like Jumpman from the original Donkey Kong games, and he does the Mario voice and goes, "Oh yeah, it's perfect," like in the Mario voice. And then he also plays another character in the movie, but I won't say who that is, just because I think that is kind of spoilery. Two characters. Do you know who the second one is?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. You've seen my YouTube
Yeah.
short talking
It's
about it.
Princess Peach.
Yeah, Charles Martinet was Princess Peach. Um, I think that the visuals were really well done. It was really pretty and very colorful.
Yeah.
Okay, how did you
I
feel
mean,
about?
the story wasn't like crazy deep or anything, but it was just a lot of fun. I
Yeah,
think.
yeah, not a deep story by any means. Right? Like this isn't like this isn't
They
gonna.
didn't turn it to The Last of Us.
Yeah, but a movie can be good without having a great story. Just look at Avatar: Way of Water.
Hmm.
That movie
I
has
haven't
like,
looked at it yet, but I plan on it at some point.
oh well, don't go for the story. You're there for the visuals. Uh, go into spoilers is the bare maximum. Well, we're gonna do that for a future episode here. But not in this one. And it will be part of this. We record our episodes for the week in one recording session. So stay tuned. We'll probably get to it in about an hour from now. Uh, what else is there to talk about here? I want to talk about visuals, music. What did you think?
It was
Soundtrack.
really good. Yeah,
Soundtracks.
the classic stuff was a little more subtle at times than I kind of expected to be. I guess they weren't just like straight up the classics. They were altered a little bit, but in a fitting way.
For the finale of the movie, taking the classic theme uh, of that of that one thing.
Yeah,
It was so epic. It was so
it
good.
was good.
Unexpectedly so. Yeah, the soundtrack to this movie is phenomenal. If you are a Mario music fan, you're going to love it because they do a lot and it is subtle and they blend all these pieces together. Did you notice there's like Captain Toad music when Toad first appears?
I didn't.
Yeah.
I'm not super familiar with the Captain Toad music.
Yeah, you got Captain Toad, then
Thought I might be crazy, but I thought there was just a hint of Luigi's Mansion.
I think there was when Luigi first gets to the Mushroom Kingdom. There's like a little bit. I
Yeah.
think, but
I was like, I don't know if I'm just reading into it because it seems like it's just like two notes every once in a while or something.
um, Rainbow Road, the Rainbow Road rendition for the this is a little spoilery here, but the it plays the SNES Rainbow Road theme when Rainbow Road is first introduced, and that's like in the trailers. So I don't feel like I'm spoiling too much here. Is one of the most hype music pieces I have ever heard. I I lit up. Like I was like, "No, they used that theme and it's like orchestral swelling music that just gets you so hyped." I thought that was really really well done. Um yeah. And then they also mixed in like a bunch of licensed music too, which I've seen a lot of reviewers talk about. What did you think of it?
I it was a little surprising to me, but I thought the music was fitting.
Yeah, same.
Yeah,
So every reviewer I have seen talk about this movie has been like why did they throw in like "I Need a Hero" and these other songs? I'm like I sit back and go like I get it. There's definitely Mario music that you could use to capture the mood of all of those things, but also at the end of the day, like that music wasn't bad. I didn't feel like it like took me out of the experience. It like fit for the moments. Um, little weird to see like "Take on Me." That was that one. That one was bizarre, but it also was kind of comically bizarre. Do you remember that part?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and "I Need a Hero." Yeah, like none of those things really pulled me out. I'm not so like up in arms about it, and it feels very fitting for this style of movie. Like look at movies like Shrek, uh, and I want to say Despicable Me, any other Illumination film. They incorporate a lot of modern music, and modern being like these are songs that are like 80s, 90s music.
Modern adjacent.
Yeah. Uh, I mean there is a brand new music piece in this movie
Mm.
that does have an
That
accompanying music
will be
video.
a classic,
Oh,
I'm
oh,
sure.
oh, for sure. Overall, fantastic movie. I recommend everybody check it out. Don't be turned away by the critic scores because I am baffled by them. Honestly, I think it's a fantastic movie. Is it life changing like crazy good? No, but yes, because it's a good video game movie. If that makes any sense. It's like I can't. It's a really good video game movie, a competent one that does every every video game movie that I've seen thus far, even the new ones that have been like moderately successful, like Sonic, feel like Hollywood productions that have taken hold of a video game IP, right? Like you can see it in the Sonic movie and in Sonic 2. Like the original Sonic movie, they make it a road trip movie, complete with uh, a biker bar fight and an epic car chase and like two buddies on a road trip. it's like it's such a like
But
by
that's
the
like not
book.
really Sonic.
No, it's like we took Sonic and forced it into a Hollywood movie script. And then there's just decisions in there like, oh yeah, we got to have a dance scene in there. And Sonic has to do the floss, like Sonic has to do all these things that really are not true to the IP. Um, the Mario movie does not do that. It just doesn't. There's nothing in here that is like not true to the world or characters, in my opinion. I can't think of anything. Can you? Is there anything in there that you can think of where you're like, that feels a little? I had one spot. Okay, this is in the trailer. Peach goes, "There's a whole lot of galaxies out there," and like looks up at the stars, and that's the end of that scene in the movie. Like that, and I was like, they just put that in for the trailer. There's no point to this scene or that line. It's just a throwaway line and scene. That
Conjuring things, yo.
that and if you watched the Nintendo Direct that first announced the Mario movie, you've seen the first 8 minutes of the movie. So yeah, you have not 8 minutes, but you've seen the intro. It's when it came on, I was like, oh, well, I've already seen this part. And that's weird coming into a new movie and being like, oh, I've already seen this. Like, it's a big chunk. It's like the intro to the movie. And then it cuts. So I'm talking about Bowser attacking the ice castle, right? That was in one of the very first trailers that was shown for the movie.
Yeah.
That is the beginning of the movie.
Mhm.
And it's like, who's going to stop me? And then it cuts into the Mario Bros. Plumber commercial, which was already shown as part of. I didn't think that was actually going to be in the movie. I thought that was like a promotional thing, but it was actually in the movie and like part of.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that to be in the movie, but
yeah,
it was great.
it was slightly different, like we mentioned earlier, like like Mario and Luigi talk in it, which they didn't in the previews.
Spoilers.
So it's not spoilers. Mario and Luigi talk.
Yep.
Spoilers. They talk. We got Bear Maximum and Buddy Watson in chat say, I didn't care. So I'll read Bear Maximum's comment first. I didn't care for any of the licensed music. It all felt unnecessary. And Buddy Watson says, agreed. The licensed music choice was terrible. Reused from other movies. Didn't fit. Yeah, I don't know. It just didn't take me out. I wasn't like appalled by it like a lot of people seem to be. I agree that they could have just used Mario music, and there is such good music to pull from. That, I guess, might be the one bit where this feels like a Hollywood script. So like, oh, we got to include some of these classic licensed songs. But that also might just be to try and appeal to a more general audience. Besides us gamers that know that the Mario music is fantastic and that they could fill everything with it. But
like those critics that say the movie worked like an unplugged Game Boy, which according to them means terrible.
Oh man, we're gonna talk about this. We're gonna talk about this for our news episode. But yeah, that's our wrap on the Mario Bros. Movie review. Micah, what do you want to give it a score on your Micah scale?
Yeah, it was real good.
Yeah, I'd say that this for me is a maybe like a 9 out of 10. I think this is up there. It really is that good. Now, the reason I would dock a point is because perhaps it was and this is a lot of where you're going to see critics, perhaps it was a little too safe, but I don't know what they could have really done differently. There are some minor changes I would make. That's what I'll say. Some minor changes to make it perfect, but it's pretty dang close to what I would want from a Mario movie. Anywho, that is a wrap on this episode, this bonus episode of the Nintendo Pals podcast. Micah, real quick, where can people find you on the interwebs?
Micah Prime on YouTube and Twitch.
And you can find me at Andross1 on YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, and Twitter, all the platforms. And you can follow the show. Huge thanks to all of our Patreon supporters. We will, if you would like to support us, definitely check out patreon.com/NintendoPals, where for as little as $3, you can help support the show. But if you are not up for supporting us financially, please leave us a 5-star review on your podcast listening app of choice. And with that, we'll close it out and end it here. Bye-bye.